Hello, folks. It's good to be here again to help you go the extra mile. This video aligns with Chapter 9, Writing the Public Relations Plan, Step 4, Evaluation. My advice today to help you go the extra mile is be wary of anecdotal evidence. First, let's start with a definition. Anecdotal evidence is personal experience or narrative used to make an absolute conclusion, or in our case, support a campaign objective. I'll read that again. Anecdotal evidence is personal experience or narrative used to make an absolute conclusion, or in our case, support a campaign objective. Anecdotal evidence can be useful because it can help us understand different people's observations and opinions. But anecdotal evidence is not scientific and is often just plain wrong or offensive. I know you're all students, so you're not paying attention. You're students, and we professors all know you party too much. You're students, and all you're looking forward to is spring break. I know these are all true, right? Of course they're not true. They're anecdotal evidence, personal opinions, stereotypes, all that. And you guys think professors are all boring, and we get paid all year, but we never work in the summer, right? Also not true. But anecdotal evidence trips us all up from time to time. So we need to be very careful not to accept as true only what we think to be true when we're doing research for the client project or campaign. We need to support critical claims with reliable, valid, authoritative research that really is accurate and factual. I'll give you a few examples of how students working on PR projects in some of my classes got tripped up by anecdotal evidence. Social media can be a problem area. Because so many of you are active on social media, you assume everyone is. I've had student teams in my classes defend the use of a particular social media platform for a client by arguing, everybody uses it. Everybody uses Instagram. Everybody uses Snapchat. Everybody uses Spotify. Then I play devil's advocate and I say, nope, everybody uses Facebook. And students say, ooh, only my grandma uses Facebook. Anecdotal evidence. I once had a student team tell me they'd tried to reach their client for 3 weeks and got no response. I said, keep trying. Then the client telephoned me, upset that he had not heard from the student team. Turns out the team was texting to the client's landline phone because, anecdotally, the team assumed the phone number the client gave them was a cell phone because they assumed everybody had a cell phone. Why would anyone have a landline phone? Then I had a student team doing a project for a grocery store. Doing a grocery store chain project, they told me there was no need to identify targeted publics because, well, everybody eats, so everybody buys groceries. The target public for the grocery store chain would be everybody. No. While it is true that everybody eats, not all grocery stores are the same. Now, maybe you live in a rural area where there may be only 1 or 2 grocery stores in town. I understand that. I've lived in rural areas, but not all grocery stores are the same. Whole Foods, for example, is not the same as Kroger. Kroger is not the same as Food for Less. Whole Foods, Kroger, Food for Less, they're not targeting the same consumer groups. Some people buy their groceries at Walmart. Okay. But the people who shop for groceries at Walmart don't necessarily have the same needs and interests as people who shop for groceries at a more exclusive store. Every store has a brand identity, and different brand identities attract different types of consumers. I used to live in North Hollywood, California, not far from a Gelson's grocery. If you're from Southern California, you probably know Gelson's is a high-line store. Visit any Gelson's in the LA metro area, and you're likely to see a movie star or a celebrity. You could see your favorite star pushing a shopping cart. They love Gelson's. It's expensive. It's exclusive. Gelson's sells caviar, several different kinds. You won't find caviar at Food for Less. What I'm getting at here is that we should never use anecdotal evidence or our own opinions as research to support a project or a campaign objective. We need to support each and every questionable claim with one or more authoritative researched sources. We live in a world where there's no lack of research support for all the claims you need to make in your project or campaign. Your campus library is the first place to search for appropriate reference material. Your campus librarians would be delighted to assist you. Don't be afraid of asking dumb questions. There are no dumb questions when your team is working on an important project. Oh, and one more thing. Client representatives have their own anecdotal evidence too. That's why it's important to avoid accepting as absolute fact anything the client rep tells you. They may believe a claim is true, but is it? Your team is ethically obligated to find out and not pass along anecdotal evidence as fact. Chapter 9 is great support. Please use it. And when in doubt on anything, ask your instructor for guidance. Until next time, keep up the good work.